You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio on ESPN Radio 1700. Now, live in studio, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content this morning, please join me in welcoming our featured guests. Jeff Lutz, Anaheim Fire Marshal, welcome.
Good morning, Ron.
Glad to have you back with us. Todd Ament, Anaheim Chamber of Commerce, welcome.
Good morning, Ron.
Glad to have you both with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Beautiful day here in Southern California, and of course we will be celebrating. We always have something to celebrate here in SoCal. Today, though, National Chocolate Wafer Day. And being that I have beaten anorexia, I'll probably be indulging at some point in the day. I hope you'll be indulging as well. I guess a lot of us are not working all day today. I hope you got some great plans to celebrate our country's independence. Moving right along, how about the idea in the independence? I thought that was very interesting commentary I've seen online. Following the Supreme Court's rulings this past, I guess it was last week now, maybe they should change the colors of the White House to red, white, and blue. What do you think? I know they've had a rainbow last week, so that way they could try and offend half the people so that they could appease half the people. Whatever side you're on, it doesn't matter. Probably half offended, half appeased. I wonder if they'll do that in the red, white, and blue for this 4th of July holiday. But then again, being that on the president's agenda for the coming week, what do you have to do when you talk about Independence Day? What would be the number one thing you would anticipate being on the president's agenda right after that? Well, of course, a meeting with the communist leader of Vietnam. What else would you expect from the president? Unbelievable. The optics of what's going on, hopefully that meeting will take place without incident. Obviously, we're hoping that a lot of the information that we've been getting recently, we hope that a lot of that is overblown and doesn't come to pass. An interesting weekend, and we're going to chat with Todd about that when we come back a little later in the broadcast about, we're hearing all these issues going on with the concerns over security on this 4th of July weekend. And isn't it a shame how our society has changed to, I would suggest that regardless of whether anything happens or not, probably a lot of people might say that the terrorists have won. And I'm going to say the reason that I say that they might have won is simply because look at all the things that we've got to worry about, all the things that are going on in our society, all the planning that's taking place on the just-in-case system, just in case something happens. In fact, I've got a report right here in my hot little hands talking about, little timely issues, 10 warning signs terrorists may be active in your community. And a lot of it has to do, it came from the FBI. It's, I'm not an expert in this arena at all. So these are just some of the commentary that's coming from the FBI. Number one on the list, suspicious activity related to fireworks. Federal authorities have advised local law enforcement to take notice of anyone asking questions about fireworks that go beyond mere curiosity about the potential damage fireworks could cause. Obviously, fireworks can cause a lot of damage, and we're going to talk to Jeff Lutz about that, fire marshal in the studio with us, because California, we are dry. We don't have the, we're not watering. If you're following the rules, you're not watering like you might have been watering at some point in time. So we're seeing a lot of vegetation that's a lot browner, especially, ironically enough, Anaheim. I look around Anaheim and see the signs that say we've minimized our watering in public areas because of the drought. Yet I drive around the Coachella Valley and they have big signs that say we're watering, we're just using reclaimed water. So it seems like somebody might have missed the ball in a little planning there, but we'll move right along from there. Watch out for more on this list of items to beware of in your community, in our community. People that are probing or testing the perimeter of a fence, facility, or its security systems. Again, I don't think that you should be taking action on these yourself with the purpose here of me sharing this information. If you see something like this, just make a phone call. There are a lot of great law enforcement people in every area, every community, and they're there with the purpose of making sure that everybody has a good time and none of these lunatics are successful. Anyone setting a backpack or bag down in a crowd and walking away seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? I mean, in this day and age, if you set your bag down or set something down and walk away, not a good idea. You know that it may not be there, it might be stolen before you get back. If somebody does that intentionally, say something. Suspicious use of social media or the internet, that's an easy one. Again, make a comment, make a call. Purchases of suspicious supplies. If you're a retailer in one of our communities, if people are buying some things that don't make any sense, might not be a good idea. Attempts at impersonation. Unusually large or heavy bags. If someone has difficulty hefting a backpack, that could be unusual. According to a securitytransit.org website funded by the Department of Homeland Security, you should be mindful whenever people appear to be commuting with an unusually heavy or large backpack. Again, we're in Southern California. We don't walk. We don't take public transportation. If you see these things, make a comment, make a call. Unusually bulky, loose-fitting apparel worn in hot weather. You see somebody wearing a trench coat at any of your 4th of July events this weekend? Not a good sign. Any sign of tampering? Suspicious or abandoned vehicles. It's just a few of the items there that's on this list from the FBI. Again, we can beat anything in the United States of America if we work together. Just the issue that I want you to be aware of. So work together. Let's have fun together and share some information. Now have a good time. Celebrate our country. That's the whole idea of what we're chatting about here. Got a couple of pieces of business just to share with you today. Brought on a new affiliation with Ron Siegel Radio. And it's one that I'm really excited about. Commerce for a Cause. Commerce for a Cause. Just started this affiliation on the 1st of the month. If you have the desire, as I do, to give to the community, and I think that every one of us should. It's better for you and I to give to the community than to wait for the government to do it. Take their cut out and then give to the community. It's not the best way. But Commerce for a Cause. If you have a business of any sort and you take a credit card, think about this concept. If you're a charitable business, if you're supporting the community, you take and write checks to the causes that you want to support. And I applaud you for doing that. But think about this. What if somebody else would write the check on your behalf? And it's all based on your business's activities. Do you think that might be a good idea? Maybe you don't have to add it to your bottom line. Well, Commerce for a Cause, that's why I've accepted them to come on and join us. They will take and match your merchant fees if you're a business owner. Even if you've got a home or small business, they'll match your fees, your program, do everything you've already got, and more. They will ask you, what is your favorite charity? When you tell them your favorite charity, they're going to take 20% of your fees and give it to that charity. No cost out of your pocket. Nothing's going to change for you. The charity just gets the benefit. What do you think about that? If you like the idea, if you want to give to the community, and you can do more than one charity too. So think about that, giving to the community while you're doing what you already do. I love the idea. That's why I'm talking about it. If you love it as much as I do, give me a call, 800-306-1990. I will put you in touch with the people at Commerce for a Cause. Great folks over there doing a lot in our community. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, home ownership, is it still the American dream? What are real estate contingencies? What's happening in our community? The fire level, fire threat, home safety. And what does a Chamber of Commerce really do? Are they beneficial to the community? We're going to chat about all that and more. You can reach me at our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Whatever you do, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Stop turning on that September day. Were you in the yard with your wife and children?
Thanks, sir.
Working on some stage in L.A. Did you stand there in shock at the sight of that black smoke rising against that blue sky? Did you shout out in anger and fear for your neighbor, or did you just sit down and cry?
Aviation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. I'm thankful for those, thankful for the things I've done. I can rest in peace, I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today brought to you by the VIP Hero Program. That would be active, retired, and reserve military, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, teachers, healthcare. Got discounts for all of you. The real estate partners, they have rebates for you. The lenders, they have rebates for you. Special title programs. The lawyers, they're going to give you discounts. The credit repair people, they're going to give you discounts. All of those as members of the Ron Siegel Radio VIP Hero Program. Home ownership, is it still the American dream? Well, it looks like it is based on home sales by region. Existing home sales in May, nationally 9.2% ahead of 1 year ago. Here in the West, we're 9% ahead of a year ago. In the Midwest, 12.4%. They're leading it. Home prices by region, 7.9% nationally ahead of where we were a year ago. On the western part of America, 10.2% is where our prices are up. Sales by price range over last year. The 250 to 500,000 range up 17.4%. Believe it or not, even the luxury market, the 1 million plus homes up 8% over where we were last year. That is the real-time real estate segment, again brought to you by the VIP Hero Program. Give us a call if you are one of those heroes, and we'll put you in touch with the people that are giving the discounts to our heroes. Let's chat this morning as we get to the 4th of July weekend. And a lot of it has to do with safety. I started chatting with you a little bit in the last segment about the terror items. Let's get to some of the fun stuff, because you're going to be out having a good time this weekend, I hope. And the communities are doing a lot, but we've got this water shortage, and I know my yard's looking pretty brown. I get screamed at by my wife every day. I don't know what she expects me to do about it, but if you're saving water, and we reported yesterday that as a state we cut our water usage by 29% in the month of May. Now, don't think we saved 29%. That's just a ruse by the state, because we only use as consumers 10% of the water. So 29%, that really means that we saved about 3% of our overall usage. But as we get into the 4th of July weekend, we've got these new things, new laws in some cities that we're back to allowing fireworks, and we're going to chat about maybe some of the things we can do to be safe with fireworks. Jeff Lutz, Anaheim Fire Marshal, welcome.
Well, good morning, Ron. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. So what are some of the tips that we can do to keep our property safe, our family safe within this fireworks season?
Well, Ron, as we celebrate our nation's independence this year, we're really urging our residents to celebrate with care. And we have a lot of safety information on our website at www.anaheim.net/fire. And when using fireworks, just please be very careful and use them in the way they're intended to be used. And never ever use dangerous fireworks. Those are the types of fireworks that go up in the air and explode. So the Safe and Sane are on sale this year for the first time in 30 years in Anaheim. So we're just urging people to take a look at the safety tips that we're providing when they purchase the fireworks.
One of the things that I baffles me is you hear about how unsafe fireworks are, the Safe and Sane ones I'm talking about. The illegal fireworks, we're just going to set that aside because if you're using the illegal ones, you're just stupid. I was stupid when I was young too, but because I probably did that more than I should have, but that was stupid. The Safe and Sane ones, though, they have a methodology of using them. They're meant to be put on the ground,
right,
and light them and step away.
That's right. Step away and keep them away from your house too, and keep them away from any combustible material. We're urging people to use about 10-foot clearance to keep those fireworks from catching the grasses on fire or something close by their house.
So if you're talking about 10-foot clearance and we're doing them at home, basically that's almost like putting them in the middle of the street.
Yeah, that's true, but this year the fireworks, the Safe and Sane variety, are not allowed to be used on the public streets. So we're urging residents to either use them in their backyard at clearance away from their house or in their driveways.
Okay, and I would assume that there's probably an idea of having either a fire extinguisher or a bucket of water?
Right, a hose or bucket of water, something that in case you do get a fire started, you're able to put that fire out real quickly.
Do they have any recommendations on them? I mean, obviously, you know, I hate the idea of these recommendations on packages, right? Because it's basically saying that we're not smart enough to know what the idea, you know, the safe ways of doing things. Kids, I mean, the idea for the kids probably watch them instead of light them?
Well, definitely the regulations are that anyone 16 and under shouldn't be using fireworks, and they should be accompanied by an adult. So we definitely don't want the kids using the fireworks at all. So let the adults use the fireworks and use them in a safe manner.
So let the adults use them and the kids enjoy them?
Let the kids just watch and see what's going on, but definitely let the adults be in charge of what's going on with the Safe and Sane fireworks.
The one that I never understood was the sparklers, right? I mean, because those are geared for the kids and they're putting something that's sparking in their hands.
Yeah, so the sparklers are one of the leading contributors to burn injuries every year. They burn about 2,000 degrees, so we have to be very, very careful when using sparklers.
Interesting. So we're going to talk more about the fireworks when we speak with Todd in just a bit as well. But the idea, let's go a little bit further, a little deeper. Home safety. Fire department still got a big home safety program going?
Right, Ron, we're really excited about our home safety visit program. We just launched a program last October, and we're really getting into it now. We were out at Sunkist Mobile Home Park last week installing smoke alarms for seniors in about 200 some mobile home units. Anyone can call us at 765-4040 or go on our website. There's probably good information where they can sign up for a home safety visit. We'll come out and install smoke alarms if needed and do a complete home safety visit check, educate them about fire safety and escape planning.
That's there's unfortunately a lot of folks don't know that this is available. Since you were here last time, I've made some visits to some different real estate offices and some different organizations that I speak at. And obviously we do a lot in the real estate world, and probably the biggest contributors to the failed home inspections or home appraisals, the three big contributors, one of them is a lack of a smoke detector. The other one is a lack of a carbon monoxide detector.
Right.
And the third one is the double strapping of water heaters.
Right, right.
And it seems so obvious to me, and then I talk to them and I say, well, as a senior, you know, like the seniors frequently will say, well, I don't want to get up on a ladder and put up those things.
Right. Well, that's why they can call us. Our program is specifically geared for the seniors for that very reason. And they can always just give us a call. We've got smoke alarms. We're ready to come out to their house, install them for them, and check everything else around the house just to make sure that there aren't any other safety concerns out there.
And what's the cost of doing all that?
We do it at no cost at all. It's simply provided under a grant that we were able to get for the smoke alarms, and there's no cost at all to the homeowners, anyone that can call us, and we'll do it for free.
So here's the idea of what I'm going to suggest right there is talk to your mom and dad. Talk to them on a regular basis, because we are the sandwich generation. We're looking after our parents, we're looking after our kids, and if mom and dad haven't had this done, the fire department's here, and I know you represent Anaheim. Are there other fire departments that are doing this?
Well, there's a few around. I think we're probably one of the only ones in Orange County to be doing it to this extent anyway. There's several agencies across the country that are doing this type of program, and we're just trying to be like the rest of the country and trying to get education out there for the homeowners and provide them with these free smoke alarms. So,
one of the beauties of this is I'm a big believer that I would much rather call the fire department for a safety check than an emergency.
Yes, absolutely. We believe 100% in prevention.
Yeah, right. It's so much. Exactly. It's safer for the firefighters. It's safer for the community.
Much safer for our firefighters. Much safer for the people that live in the home as well.
And I'm going to suggest to you, and I didn't talk to Jeff about this before he came on, but I am going to tell you about the Pay It Forward program, and I've talked about this a little bit. This holiday season and all the time I share, if you go into a Starbucks, if you go into a restaurant that you're eating at, obviously those of you that know me, I'm at Reunion a lot, and we're going to talk about the date night program that we talk about every Friday. See a firefighter, see a law enforcement officer, pick up the tab for them. If you send me a copy of that bill, I'm going to put you in a drawing for a free lunch or free dinner. That's just what we want to do here at Ron Siegel Radio. Pay it forward, say thank you. And these folks are out there working their tails off for our benefit. Obviously, it's their job, but they could probably do a lot of other things in this world as well. And a lot of these folks are really out there putting themselves on the line for us. So part of our VIP Hero program, Pay It Forward program as well. So Jeff, thank you. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on, and we just encourage people to celebrate with care this year.
Well, we're going to, and that's a great message, and we're going to chat more with Jeff when we come back. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Chamber of Commerce. What's their role, especially in events that come up on these holidays? You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. Stay tuned. We will be back in just a few.
Okay, some gave all.
Up there.
Some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Some gave all.
Are you per calm? Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
If you're reading this, my mama's sitting there. Looks like I only got a one-way ticket over here. I sure wish I could give you one more kiss. And war was just a game we played when we were kids. Well, I'm laying down my gun, I'm hanging up my boots. I'm up here with God, and we're both watching over you. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today brought to you by Commerce for a Cause. What are real estate contingencies? Well, very simply, they could be a home buyer's best friend. If you get cold feet, the contingencies sometimes will give you the opportunity of getting out of that contract. You've got inspection contingencies, loan approval, and home appraisal contingencies, disclosures contingencies. They're giving you the idea of what there is going on with the property. Make sure you pay attention to those. There's so many people that I've seen that have bought properties and don't pay attention to the contract they sign. You got to be really careful about that. It is a contract. It is probably your biggest investment, your biggest liability, the mortgage. Make sure you understand it. That is the Mortgage Minute, again brought to you by Commerce for a Cause. Chatting this morning with Todd Ament, Anaheim Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Todd.
Good morning, Ron.
Well, you've got a big weekend going. No day off for you. You got the fireworks coming up.
We've got a great team of staff and volunteers that are ready to serve the community this weekend. We expect over 25,000 people tomorrow through the day, through all the activities for 4th of July, so very excited.
A lot of people don't understand what a Chamber of Commerce is and what a Chamber of Commerce does. You hear about them, and you hear the political garbage rhetoric. Tell us really what does a Chamber of Commerce do?
You know, Ron, it's Chamber's role in the community varies from community to community. Here in Anaheim, our core role is to make sure that there are jobs in our city. We work with businesses, the city, local, state government to work on policies to make sure we have a stable business climate. And then we work with the companies that are here to make sure that they're successful in connecting them to other customers, to other businesses, B2B. And then we work a lot on building community. Tomorrow is a great example. Here in the Hills, this is the biggest event throughout the year, and so when you get down to community building of bringing people together, the Chamber partners with several people here on this end of town on this event. The Anaheim Hills Community Council is a partner, the City of Anaheim, several businesses, and it's really a day to bring out families to celebrate together. So anything from working on billion-dollar deals to help major development happen in our city, to getting down to doing business networking mixers, to community events like this tomorrow.
So you guys are actually the ones that are out there. You get the politicians taking all the glory, and you guys do the work.
Politicians, I think politicians get a bad rap, and they do a lot of hard work, and there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes to make a city work, a county, a state, federal government, and all the politicians, the great majority I work with, I have a great amount of respect for the amount of time they put in researching issues and the dedication they have.
And putting up with loudmouths like me.
Amen.
But something, that's the beauty. I mean, when you think about the weekend, I mean, it's kind of ironic. Everyone talks about July 4th. We don't really think about the idea or mention as much Independence Day, right? And the idea that we're independent, so someone like me can get up in the morning and have a voice, whether people like it or not like it, and the work that goes behind the scenes to make some things happen. I mean, you look at. I've heard so many people when they realized that we were promoting the events tomorrow. Everyone's got an opinion, and the irony is when you turn the tables, because I have no problem opening my mouth, right? Yeah. So I say, if you've got an opinion, that's great. Why aren't you volunteering? Right? Why not go out there and be part of the cause or the benefit instead of just criticizing? How many people does it take to make this event come across? Just as a guess.
Tomorrow there'll be upwards of 500 volunteers throughout the day. Then when you look at the city staff that's working on a Saturday, from police, fire, community services that'll be out there to make sure this day goes smoothly, safely. A lot of resources are put into this, and it's a year of planning every year. We're already planning, the events for next year. And the great thing is this community, the Anaheim Hills Community Council, during the tough economic times, it was very hard. There was really limited resources, and companies had to cut back. So things. You had an opportunity to grow again. So this last couple of years, it's been really fun to work with a group of volunteers to really grow things, and we're really excited tomorrow. It's kind of an exciting day. Most people know that this day in Anaheim Hills kicks off with a firecracker run. It's a 5K, 10K. Half the people are families out there walking together.
That's what I did last year. My family and I just went out there and walk with other community members.
Yes, and in this program, this year we're partnered with Canyon Track and Cross Country. They get a portion of the run proceeds to help fund their programs year-round. Military, active military, come run for free, and we've got several in the event this year. And you'll see moms with strollers, and then you see some very fit guys that'll go do that 10K, and they'll finish before I get halfway through the 5K.
Me too, believe me, because I'm not one of those fit guys.
Absolutely.
I'm walking it slow. I'm going to walk there instead of at the reservoir this year.
Yeah, we're very excited that last year we had just under 1,500 runners. We're on pace to exceed that this year. We're over 1,150 runners signed up to date. Today there'll be packet pickup at 50/50. You can stop by for lunch and pick up your race packet, and you can also sign up online today at AnaheimChamber.org or show up to 50/50. There's stations there to sign up to.
And then after the 5 and 10K run, then that's part of my favorite portion.
Yeah,
right, we get to eat.
We've got the pancake breakfast, and the Anaheim Hills Rotary Club has done this as a community service for the community for years. This year they've partnered up with Canyon Football, and Canyon Football is going to actually be out there cooking this year, fresh pancakes and sausage and orange juice, coffee, and we're already about 800 participants that have purchased tickets in advance, so we're very excited about that, and you'll be able to smell the pancakes and sausage coming off the run, and go get your carbo load.
Interesting. I'm not sure that I don't know about that part, Todd. When I played football, I wasn't at all thinking about cooking. I would be sampling. I'd be doing quality control. Of course, I still do quality control.
You bet. The Booster Club is going to be out in force, and a lot of the football players themselves will be bussing tables and helping work with the community. And so it's a great partnership. Rotary will be out there, volunteer their hours alongside them. So, and I think that's just a great partnership when you see the Rotarians, and many businessmen and women from that group partnered up with the Canyon football group. It's neat to see the community in action, and there'll be lots of volunteers there for that morning. They'll be up tomorrow morning around 4 o'clock starting their prep. So
wow,
hats off to them.
Absolutely. And then we get a little bit of a break. Go swim a little bit.
Yeah, well, actually, right after the pancake breakfast is the Yankee Doodle Dog Show at Canyon High School. And
wow.
A lot of people. It's crazy. It's in the little amphitheater bowl behind the cafeteria at the school. It fills up every year.
I was there first time last year. That was great.
It's fun, and it's a great way just to really celebrate and see the dogs all decorated and kids laughing. Just a fun time.
Bring the pooper scoopers.
Absolutely.
Okay, then what do we have on the agenda after that?
So after that is the parade, and this year there's over 75 entries in the parade. So there's some great floats. There's a lot of community groups, and the day will start off with, we're really honoring our country and our flag and the freedom it represents. And starting off the parade this year will be 100 U.S. flags being carried from volunteers from a couple of our churches in the community. That'll be followed by in Anaheim, we're very fortunate to have the military banner program, where active military service people have a banner throughout our city. They're flying proud. Those banners have been replicated. Several of the families are going to carry those banners in the parade, followed by some people have given the ultimate sacrifice, their life for our country, and there'll be six of the fallen banners that'll be in the parade. And I kind of got chills as I mentioned that.
Me too.
And the Bear Pit, the Torres family, who are being the Grand Marshals this year for all they've done and given back to our country, are going to be our Grand Marshals. But the Bear Pit volunteers, there'll be a little over 100 of them will be carrying those banners in the parade, followed by the Long Beach firefighters' bagpipes will be following the fallen and doing Amazing Grace several times through the parade,
wow,
recognizing them. So I got chills right now talking about it.
Me too. I'm almost speechless. Almost. It's amazing. I mean, the big question I have for that one, Todd, because I've heard so many people ask me this, what time does that actually start?
1 o'clock. In this year's route, we're going to come out of Canyon High School, go down to Santa Ana Canyon, and we'll be heading eastbound, going to Eucalyptus Park this year. And the reason we're going eastbound is when you go westbound, it's a little more barren on the street, and there's not as much shade. So heading eastbound, there's shades on both sides of the street, and it's a much flatter route for those that are walking in the parade. So it should be great. There'll be 4 announcer stands where people will be introducing the floats and who's in it. So get there early and get your seats next to the announcer stands. I'll be at stand 2, so we'll be having a lot of fun out there.
And it ends up with?
ends up with, we have food booths from 3 o'clock to 8:45 down at Peralta Park. We expect over 20,000 people at the park this year, so get there early. There'll also be some shuttles to move people around from parking lots. There'll be great entertainment. There's 3 bands that have been booked, starting at 5 o'clock, playing all the way up to 9 o'clock right before the fireworks show. Also, the banner program, all the banners will be on display with flags down at the park, so come also and see the military. There's hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, you name it, it's barbecuing down there. There's about 20 booths of food and snow cones, you name it. So, and all of those are nonprofits in the community raising money to help them throughout the year.
And we can actually eat our way through the whole day. We're going to chat more about with this when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, financial markets, and the community. Who's invited to all of this? That's what I want to find out. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Good stuff. Like you, I should enjoy the 4th of July.
She said, Lord, my boy was special.
Okay, we're clear.
And he meant so much to me.
145502, Eagle Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Yeah, I'm steady. Yeah, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost. I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you. But if dying's asking me, I'll bear that cross with honor. 'Cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an
American soldiers, that's why we are so lucky to be able to celebrate Independence Day, which we will do tomorrow. Welcome back. We're going to chat a little bit more. Actually, let me get some business out of the way. We're going to throw away the word on wealth segment today, but I do want to have fun. So, Todd, you can't answer this question. So the Ron Siegel Radio Date Night presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink. You might know this one. Dr. Howard Knoll was on with us yesterday. He told us how many world-class collections he has in his home. 80,000 artifacts in his house. I'd hate to have to dust all that. But he told us how many world-class collections are in his home. The third person that can put the correct answer on Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook, you're going to get our Reunion Kitchen and Drink Date Night package. That's going to be dinner for two at Reunion Kitchen and Drink, movies, and Starbucks. That is the Ron Siegel Radio trivia question. Go ahead and put that on there as soon as we get to the third person. Somebody's going to have a good meal. Of course, I get a good meal over there all the time. If you go over, say hi. I'll be there. Date Night trivia presented by Reunion Kitchen and Drink. Continuing our conversation. So, Todd, we were talking a little bit about the events going on tomorrow for the 4th of July. What's the cost to participate? I mean, parade, fireworks?
The only cost for people is in the run. There's a run fee that basically covers the shirt and the cost of setting up the parade route and some of the services. It's in the mid-30s depending on what you do, the 5K or the 10K. The park is free. And it's not free, obviously. We raise about $75,000 a year to put the day's activities on, and there's a lot of great companies like Reunion that
Absolutely.
Thank you and Mindy for helping secure $2,500 sponsorship from them. This year, the fireworks show, it'll be about a 20-minute show at the park. Fantastic show. It's sponsored this year by the Honda Center, the Ducks, and TNT Fireworks. Big thank you to them. The show itself will be at 9 o'clock sharp. It's interesting to get a lot of comments from the neighborhoods that live in the Peralta Hills area and Anaheim Hills area around the park. That many of them have their backyard barbecues and parties and watch it from there.
Absolutely.
And then many families will be down at the park. They get there early. They get their blankets out. They have their coolers and they watch the parade. Go down to the park and then they play family games down there and then listen to the entertainment and then the big fireworks show.
Well, you know, the beauty of it is community coming together, and nobody's checking IDs to make sure it's only Anaheim residents, right? So it's the community.
You bet. People come from all over the Anaheim. They come from, Anaheim's a long city, but a lot of people drive out here for the night. We have people from Yorba Linda, Orange, Villa Park, Brea. It's a great show and a great day at the park.
So the two things that I want to throw out there, number one, obviously thank you and the chamber and the entire staff. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into a whole community being able to benefit, so thank you.
You bet. And I got to give a shout out. Jim Kane, who runs our Anaheim Hills Community Council, has done a great job this year of just really expanding this event. Sandy Morales and Heather Sievers for their great work, and Sherry Acevedo this year has grown the parade by about 30%. And a lot of that growth is all local youth groups that are in the parade, which brings their families out onto the sidelines of the parade. And again, it's just all community building.
And it takes an army. But the other part that it takes is community, right? And one of the things that I'm going to throw out there is that if you're part of the community, support the community. The chamber, the event, it doesn't happen by accident. It happens because there's a lot of people working, but it also, if you're not one of those that are out there working, doesn't stop you from sending a donation. And whether you get the publicity for it or don't get the publicity for it, I would say most of the time, if it's from the heart, you don't need the publicity. Send the check over there, give it to help. That's what makes the community so strong, and I am a big advocate of getting rid of as much government as we can. And the way we do that is by these contributions, by you saying, hey, something, and people like you, Todd, and Jim, and having vision, and saying, something, we need, there's a place for government. We need the government. They're the ones that are responsible for our first responders and the military. There's a lot of great people, great work. But, you want to have something like this in the community. Number one, you got to work for it, people, and you got to pay for it, the businesses. And so make a contribution. Anaheim, what's the website for the chamber?
AnaheimChamber.org.
Okay.
And there's also the Anaheim Hills Community Council. And you bring up a great point. A lot of people, when they hear that I'm with the Chamber of Commerce, they think I'm at City Hall. And actually, the Chamber of Commerce's role is we work with City Hall, but we're here to really represent the business interest, and we're here to work with our community. We're a private, nonprofit corporation, funded mainly by dues from members. We have members that are businesses, and we have members that are just community members. This year, one of the things we're working on that point is we want to make sure this event is sustained for years to come. And we're actually creating a membership just to the Anaheim Hills Community Council, which will help fund this event into the years. And it's $100 for a family to be a member or a business. And so Jim's out there pushing those memberships. And you can go to the Anaheim Hills Community site, which is AnaheimHillsCommunityCouncil.org, and the membership information's there, and we'd love anybody to join us. And our goal is over the years to build that up so it just every year people are members and keep contributing, and this event will be here for a long time.
Absolutely, and what I'm going to suggest is I'm going to ask Todd if you'll ask Jim to put that right on the Ron Siegel Radio page.
You got it.
That way we get a lot of people visiting there. 30,000 of you are already on there on a regular basis, so please come out there and join. Jeff, one of the things that gave me chills last time at the parade was the big fire trucks with the flag.
Right. Yeah, we'll be there.
You'll be there again?
Yeah, we'll be there again.
And there was a way during the walk that you had that I don't know how we managed it, but if you stand just right when you're walking, you can actually get a picture right under that massive flag.
Yeah, well, we'll be there again, and along with America's favorite bear, Smokey Bear, tomorrow in the parade, and come out and say hi to us.
And something that's a big point right there is with your kids, make sure your kids go and say hi to the firefighters and say hi to the police officers. It's amazing, even in this day and age, and I don't want to get into all the garbage that we see on TV with the chastising of police officers. I don't get involved in that stuff other than to say those people are lunatics. We need our police officers. What I really want is for an event like this where you've got a lot of law enforcement who are out there with a specific job, and you've got the firefighters out there with a job, but they're also in the community, and they're community service people. And the key word there is they're people. And a lot of people are intimidated when they see the uniform, and they're scared by the uniform. And they need to go up and say hello.
Yeah, just come say hi, and we'll chat with them about all kinds of things and whatever's on their mind. And we're living the community here, so we want to be part of it as well.
And it's amazing. I mean, when I've seen some of the different events, and I know you've got a big one coming up that you're going to come back and talk to us about in October. But where people can go and see the equipment, and I mean, what little kid doesn't play with a fire truck?
Right. Well, just come by the fire station, say hi. We're always there, and if we're not out on a call, but if we're there, come and say hi, and we'll show you our house.
I like the way you put that. It's the house.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's the firefighters, from what I've seen, and I'm not into it as intimately as you are. It's a big family.
Yeah, well, they live there and sleep there and eat and everything. So we're in the community. Just come on by. We just want to be part of it and say hi to us.
And remember, they've got the what is it, the home? What's it?
Home safety visit program.
Home safety visit. Have mom and dad get mom and dad to call, or if they don't, you make the phone call. You make the appointment. Do they do it by appointment or?
Yeah, we do it by appointment. Just give us a call and or go on our website, and we'll schedule an appointment and come out and visit with you.
Beautiful. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio. We like to say this every day. We thank you. We don't want to ever take for granted the fact that you do spend a little bit of your time with us, and that's why I do ask you every day to set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account and anything I think could be beneficial to you. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A very big thanks to Steve, who's engineering us today. Got a little bit of different things going on with the music for the holidays. Of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember my mantra: make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun, have a great day, make it a very, very safe 4th of July. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Sweet Mother Mary, we're so tired, but we can't come home. No, we can't come home till the last shot's
Hi, it's Colin Coward. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
10 a.m. ESPN Radio 1700.
There are a lot of things in this
world. You guys by the banner, and we will call it a wrap. I can actually stop the video, too.